Hooray for Hollywood. They're here. Oh, hello there. I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is my review of The Goldfinch. It stars Ansel Elgort, Oakes Fegley, Nicole Kidman, Sarah Paulson, Finn Wolfhard, Luke Wilson, Jeffrey Wright, and more. It is based on a novel of the same name by Donna Tartt, and it is the story of a young man named Theodore Decker who, as a 13-year-old, is played by Oakes Fegley, and as an adult by Ansel Elgort. A tragedy befalls young Theodore, or Theo as he's often referred to, when he and his mother are at a museum and a bomb explodes that kills his mother and several others. The story is that it is believed a priceless painting called the Goldfinch has been destroyed in the bombing, but through a series of weird events, it turns out that Theo picked up the painting and took it with him. And the film follows his life from that point, while he's living with a family, the Barbers, and Nicole Kidman plays Mrs. Barber for a while, and then his father Larry, excuse me, Larry Decker, played by Luke Wilson, and his new wife Xandra, played by Sarah Paulson, come and take him to Las Vegas, where they live, and all of the trials and tribulations that are associated with his life from the people with whom he lives, as well as his action in stealing the painting. The movie's kind of frustrating. It's frustrating in kind of a weird way, because I was always interested in what was going to happen next. I was always curious about the next path in Theo's journey. And both Oakes Fegley and Ansel Elgort play Theo as a multi-layered character, especially, of course, Elgort as an adult. I always felt like Theo had this underlying danger about him, that he could snap at any moment, and he could do things that you do not expect. And he kind of does later in the film, with the help of a friend of his that he made when he was in Las Vegas, a guy named Boris, who in Vegas is played by Finn Wolfhard. And it's a very convoluted, complicated tale that jumps back and forth in time, and it could best be described as leisurely. But it is ultimately kind of very unsatisfying as the story plays out, and as these things occur, and these very unusual coincidences happen, and that is actually brought up in part in the film. And it again, leisurely. It's a 2.5-hour movie, and a lot of it is just Theo, either as a 13-year-old or as an adult, just kind of staring. It could have been, far more interesting had it been half an hour shorter. That would have helped. That would have been a good start. But as it is, The Goldfinch is fascinating and frustrating in almost equal parts, but quite frankly, frustrating kind of wins by a 51-49 margin. It's I was always curious what was going to happen, but oftentimes I was sort of meh about what happened. I'm giving The Goldfinch 2 stars. Go to StanTheMovieMan.com to read my complete review. You can follow me on Twitter at MovieManStan, and you can send emails to me, StanTheMovieMan123@gmail.com. And also, I have a new podcast. Myself and my wife watch a movie that we take turns selecting, and then we talk about it. And sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. And actually, we've only had one episode so far, but there will be more. So it's called Comedy, Tragedy, Marriage. And if you would like to check it out, look for it on the podcast app of your choice. Until next time, later.